Hey guys, I got another Bumblebee movie toy for you, and it's the Bumblebee Stinger Blaster by Hasbro. Now this blaster is a bit smaller than I expected based on the pictures I've seen, but it still looks sweet. Plus it works with the B-Vision helmet, which I will review once I find one. But until then, let's get this Stinger Blaster review started. Oops, sorry. Starting with the front, you get a completely open display where you can actually touch the toy. Oops. Here's one side with Bumblebee striking a pose, and the other side with a little cutout and a smaller Bumblebee. There's the top, here's the back with it in Stinger mode and also the B-Vision notification, and of course the bottom with the UPC. And there it is guys, out of the box and ready to is that blue? So starting with the top here, we get a little bit of battle damage in the front there, as well as this sweet yellow paint here that actually has some metal flakes in it. And then you have like, it looks like speaker holes or something here, so I think they were planning to like have lights and sounds, and then they decided not to, which is kind of a bummer because I mean this would have been awesome with lights and sounds. And the button here is where you activate the Stinger mode, which I'll show in a bit, and this is actually the cover to load the discs. And here's one side of the blaster. It has a lot of cool mechanical details, and I like the silver up here too, which is pretty nice, very shiny. And they even added a little texturing up there and down here. And moving in the front, you get these cool molded in blaster ports with a little blue paint there, and you get the blade here that pops out in Stinger mode, and the disc launcher ejection port. Pew pew! And moving into the other side, it's the exact same as the other side, except this one has the Autobot logo, which is nicely sculpted and has a sweet silver paint. And looking at the back, it's got some more mechanical details, not quite as, you know, crazy awesome looking as this size, but it's got these little wing things that stick out, which I'm not sure why they are, but hey, they're sticking out, yay! And moving into the bottom, you get the nice little strap here, which is actually pretty rubbery and soft. Pretty good extension here, stretchy too, and you got some sculpting here as well as the legal mumbo jumbo. And then of course you have the handle and the trigger right here. Now I don't think this was quite made for an adult's hand, because as you can see it's actually a really tight fit. The strap locks down though, so that's pretty good, but you know it's like my hand's starting to hurt. This was definitely made for small hands, so most likely kid-size hands. It wasn't really adult friendly, but it's got a lot of room there if you got small hands. So I mean, well, theoretically, of course you would have a lot of room if you had small hands, but you know what I mean. And it comes with 5 launching discs, which is a pretty good amount of ammo. And each one comes with an Autobot logo etched right in there on both sides there. And it's actually really smooth and rounded, and it's, you know, it's fairly stiff, but not too stiff. You know, it's light though, so it shouldn't hurt if you get hit in the face with this, although you know you don't want to aim for the eyes or anything like that, you know what I mean? And one of them comes with this little barcode sticker here that gets scanned by the B-Vision app for the B-Vision helmet. Not quite sure what this does in that app yet, but when I review it I will let you know. And to load these discs, you simply pop this top off right here and slide them right in. Now if you're curious to see how this works, when you pull the trigger, it activates a little pusher in here, as you can see, and there's actually these things on the side here, kind of hard to see there, right there. You can kind of see it on the very bottom. There are these little tension things. They kind of clamp like that, and then when you push the disc through, it expands and then clamps back real fast, and then that's the pressure that launches the disc. It's actually the same mechanism as the Shrink and Strike Ant-Man there, except it works a lot better than this guy. And this top part here is actually spring-loaded. It's a very light spring, but it should keep them all in place when it's in there. And to see how it works, we'll just load a disc in there, and then we'll pull the trigger, and boo! Gone it goes. Or gone. It launched. Now it has some pretty good distance. It goes about maybe 5 feet, but it really kind of loses power after that. And it doesn't hurt too much, but it's still not too bad. Let me shoot the little backdrop here. Yeah, so you can see how hard it hits. Not too bad. But you know what? This wasn't designed to blast backdrops. Let's blast some bad guys. God, die bad guys. Evil villain foes of evilness. And for the tougher figures that won't go down with the regular blaster, you can bring the heat by going into Stinger mode, and then lay down the law with the blade. Blam, wham, chow, strike, yeah!
What? Ah, you cut off my leg! Oh wait, I never had that leg because I'm only partially built. Oh, you suck.
And here's a better look at Stinger mode with the blade and wings deployed. You get some more sculpting detail here that was hidden underneath the blades that pop out. And the arms that hold the blade have some nice sculpting to it as well. And it's just held on by this little spring-loaded hinge here, as you can see. It only stays closed if the blade is fully retracted. And here's a better look at the blade. It's got a nice translucent blue to it, and there's some Autobot alien writing on there, which is pretty sweet. Although on the back here it's just, you know, nothing, although you can see through it, so it's kind of, it doesn't really make a difference. And to retract Stinger mode, you simply push the blade in and there you go. Now the blade here is actually very lightly spring tension, so you know, if you like try to poke somebody with it or stab somebody, it would just end up, you know, retracting, so you wouldn't really hurt them. Although why would you really want to stab poke somebody that hard? I mean, because you killed half the universe. Yeah! And for some measurements, it's about 9.5 inches long, about 12 inches in Stinger mode, 7 inches wide in Stinger mode, 4 inches in normal mode, 4.5 inches tall. The hand opening's only about 3 inches wide, 6.5 inches deep, and only about 1.25 inches high. And for some comparisons, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Hero Vision Iron Spider, and the Hero Vision Infinity War Hulkbuster. Sorry, can't help it. Too tempting, too tempting, too tempting. Sorry. Well guys, this is overall a pretty fun toy for $20. It definitely lets you become the Bumblebee, and it's probably super cool combined with the B-Vision helmet. I just wish they made it a bit bigger because, you know, adults like Transformers too. Oh, and I just saw the new Bumblebee trailer, and the part where they're on Cybertron and you see all the Transformers with their original Gen 1 look. It's like, oh my god! I'm actually really excited for that movie now. I mean, like, Starscream actually looks like Starscream, and that's like my favorite Decepticon. So I'm like super happy right now. Anyways guys, thanks for joining me in another video, and stay tuned for some more toy reviews coming soon. But until then, I'll catch y'all laters. Peace.